Welcome everyone to another Pixelated review. I'm your host, Pixelated Jordan. So what we have here today is a Wizard for Hire. And it's by Obert Skye. For those who don't know who that is the author of 11 Thumps. Now, I've stated my my opinions about, 11 Thumps, and it's how I feel about it. It's okay for me. I mean, like I said, never reached the highest highs of, other series that I've read through for young adult. And when I saw this, I didn't read the author's name first. I kind of just look at title first and go from there. But yeah, then once I did pick it up and then went through the story, I realized, oh, wait a minute, this guy is the one who wrote 11 Thumps. Did not realize that. Does that play a factor into it? Probably. You never know, right? But it really, when I looked at the cover, it looked interesting, and then it said, Wizard for Hire. That got me going, oh, that sounds pretty cool. I would definitely like to read it. So, that's what I did. So, without further ado, let's start the review. Likes. So, Intel, this will be a spoiler review if I didn't put that on the beginning. Anyway, what I did like about the story was the main character himself is really good, well-rounded character, just kind of curious kid who doesn't know nothing. Seriously, this whole story is just, I feel bad for the kid because, his parents died, and then, he was on his own in the wilderness for a long time. Now, there's this bird that his dad made, and it was a really cool bird. I do like that bird. He was funny, he had some jokes, quips, great. And then the wizard himself, Rin. He was quite funny, he was charming, and that was the big part about him I really liked. And then we get to, other characters, which were fun, and for, I guess, brownie points' sake, this guy, Obert Skye, I think he loves Albuquerque, so... And yeah, he just talked about, the climax takes place in Albuquerque, so, brownie points for that, for my hometown representation there. So, but other than that, that's really all I can say for it, so... let's move on. Dislikes. Oh boy, let me tell you something. There were a lot of things I disliked. For example, the pacing took forever here. So for the wizarding hiring part, it took like 18 chapters in. Like, that took forever. Like, I understand that, yes, you need to set up everything before we can have an adventure, but the adventure just took forever to get there, which made me kind of already bored. But anyway, so we get to the wizard himself, Rip. He doesn't have magic, or he does, and I think that's the whole point of this book. But here's my problem with that. I did not like that at all. No matter how funny and charming that Rin is, it's just that all the quote-unquote magic that was in the world just was boring. There was no huzzah moment or little tease that there actually was magic the whole time. It's more of a coincidence that everything got the way that it was, and it was just kind of, well, that kind of sucks. I was kind of hoping for something more, and it just did not deliver on that. Don't get me wrong, there's a few spots I could sit there and say, okay, this was kind of funny. Near the beginning, when the wizarding stuff's happening and trying to find this kid's parents, the guy, he goes in okay, we're going this place, and I'm gonna make sure you're invisible, okay? Don't worry. Come to find out, the person he was talking to was blind, so he didn't even know there was a kid there. So, that was a thing, and I just sat there going, okay, this really isn't the best here, because after that, everything afterwards just came convenient. The most, I guess, magical thing about the story was the bird himself. And even the bird's not even technically magic, it's just electricity and stuff. But somehow he was the most magical thing in this entire book. And that's about it. And even at the end of the book, he talks about this place called Corfeld, and how that's where the magic place is, and you can see it at the end of your journey or something like that. I remember. And he said that, oh no, I see it now, I see it. And then he disappears after a lightning flash. And I'm just saying this right now. I'm pretty sure he did not do that. I think he just hid inside a bush. Just saying. I'm pretty sure he did. Anyway, so, yeah, sorry, I had to go on a little tirade on this one right here, but moving on. Overall, I think the problem I had with this story is just because I expected so much fun, being, it literally says wizard for hire, right? I expected some shenanigans with the magic and stuff like that, and maybe that's not the story that's being told, and I guess I overhyped myself. And it just kind of left me going to go, oh, well, now I'm kind of just disappointed that there wasn't actual magic. So, like, at the end, if there was some kind of little magic trick that he did or actually literally had, I would have been like, okay, at least we had something. But I think overall, I think the pacing is what kills it so much for me because of how slow burn it is to get to the point where we want to be at. Seriously, 18 chapters to get to the wizard for hiring part. Like, that took a while. And after that, though, it just, there's some quirkiness in the adventure here and there, but again, like I said, there's no magic. And maybe it's just because I just don't like Obert Skye writing. Maybe that's just it. I don't like his writing style, and it just kind of bugs me, like 11 Thumbs. It just kind of gave me kind of like, I'm kind of bored, and at least with 11 Thumbs, there is some kind of magic going on, but it just wasn't interesting enough or keep my attention enough to enjoy the story. Same thing could be said about this one, where I could sit there and say 2 characters are pretty interesting, and I generally like them. The rest are kind of just there. Even the main character is just there. And I guess that's what kind of sucks about this whole thing, where I expected so much fun, I got a little less fun. So, and yeah, I mean, if you enjoyed this story, hey, more to you. That's actually really good. I just couldn't get past it or really read the next books after that because I was like, you know what, I'm just going to say this. At the end of the story, Rain went to Corfield. And the main character was able to live with a foster family and become a successful adult in doing whatever he does. And there we go. That's it. That's where it all ends. That's how sweet, short to the point. Anyway, I feel like I'm a little harsh on this book, but that's just kind of how it felt. So, anyway, here, let's give it a rating. 4. Wizard for hire. It gets a rating of forgettable. Hi, I want to thank you guys all for watching. If you want to read this book, I will link it down below. Also, did you know I too am an indie author? That's right. If you like the paranormal and ghost, well, I have that book for you. So if you are interested, I will link that too down below. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.